Humans might be the most intelligent living species on the planet, but all that intelligence is no match for some of the deadliest beasts out in the wild. For centuries, wild animals have preyed upon humans, and not just in freak accidents, but on purpose. From a python swallowing an entire man whole, to human limbs being recovered from the insides of a crocodile, and a missing woman found inside a snake's body, in this video we're taking a look at 9 humans that have been found inside animals. Number 9. Missing man recovered from python's stomach. Pythons are some of the most dangerous snakes in the world, not because they are venomous but because they have the ability to wrap themselves around their prey, crushing their bones until they can't breathe anymore. Another tactic that pythons use to attack their prey is by swallowing them whole using their flexible jaws that can open as wide as possible, killing anyone alive in a slow, painful process. That seems to have been the fate of this man in Indonesia who had been missing for 2 days only to be found inside the stomach of an unusually large python. After opening up the snake, the dead man was still fully clothed and in one piece, showing just how deadly pythons are. Number 8. Human bones found inside man-eating crocodile. Crocodiles are some of the most dangerous opportunistic predators out in the wild. These reptiles lurk in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to take their prey by surprise and take them down without much struggle. While crocodiles don't usually prey on humans, that doesn't stop them from going after them when the opportunity presents itself. This 5-meter crocodile took an entire village by surprise after devouring a farmer, killing him alive. The man's remains were discovered when a bunch of alligator hunters caught it and opened it up to find torn clothes and human bones stuck inside the stomach region of the reptile. Number 7. Local fisherman eaten by crocodile. Crocodile attacks are the most common in places where these reptiles are native and the human population is nearby. Crocodiles can attack people on land and in water, with smaller-sized reptiles biting off a limb or two and the larger ones even going as far as to swallow humans whole. Crocodiles primarily attack by ambushing humans and dragging them into the water to finish the job off. Andrew Hurd was a 69-year-old man who went fishing and never made it back home. After a search was conducted, investigators concluded that the man was killed by a crocodile after his damaged boat and human remains were found in the creek by his house. What's more is that a 4-meter-long croc was also found lurking by Hurd's recovered boat, putting an end to the mystery. Number 6. Human limbs recovered from 20-feet crocodile. River crocodiles have a reputation for being some of the deadliest human killers out in the wild. Statistically, crocodile attacks are 100 times deadlier than shark attacks and, of course, way more frequent. Sometimes individual crocodiles go after a single prey, and sometimes these reptiles gather to launch mass attacks on their target. With the ability to crush down on their victims with a force of 3,700 pounds per square inch of force, any human that crosses paths with this reptile is bound to suffer. So when these villagers cut open a 20-feet crocodile, they weren't surprised to find human limbs in its stomach. This happened right after a 36-year-old man named Aso Orang vanished, only for his mutilated body to be recovered with missing limbs. After being discovered, the killer crocodile was then killed to make sure that no other village member met the same dreadful fate as Orang. Number 5. 8-year-old swallowed by crocodile. Crocodiles have no fear of humans simply because these reptiles can open their strong jaws and bite down to inflict some pretty serious injuries. The 8-year-old boy was met with a tragic fate when a giant 6-meter crocodile got its hands, or should we say jaws, on it. The deadly reptile ambushed the poor boy and gobbled him up as his father desperately tried to save him. The giant crocodile then ran off with the boy's body inside of him until a bunch of locals found them and cut him up, pulling the body out. The poor 8-year-old's body is completely mutilated, with punctures and wounds all over it from being inside the crocodile's stomach for so long. Number 4. Dead man found inside tiger shark. Tiger sharks are known to be the second largest predatory sharks in the world, weighing nearly 2,000 pounds with a length of 18 feet. Tiger sharks have a reputation for being aggressive predators who will prey on anything they can find, especially when they're hungry. When these sharks are also one of the very few members of the species that are known to attack humans unprovoked, which is why they are also known as the man-eater sharks. This tiger shark was caught on the Bahama Islands with a man's remains inside its stomach, leading authorities to initiate an investigation as to who the unidentified body belonged to. The shark was cut up after a fisherman saw a left log pop out of its mouth while he was trying to get a close look at the creature. Then officials found 2 severed arms and a torso ripped into 2 pieces, leading them to believe that the shark had swallowed one of the 3 men that had gone missing at sea a few weeks before the discovery. Number 3. 14-year-old boy found inside crocodile. Nile and saltwater crocodiles are the deadliest reptiles in their species. These creatures will actively go out of their way to hunt and chase down humans, even crawling out of the water to drag them down. Crocodiles are the most efficient when they hunt in the water because that's where they could easily ambush and drown their prey without much struggle. This crocodile found a helpless 14-year-old boy and waited for the right minute to strike before launching an attack and dragging him into the water. The poor boy was looking for snails by the waterbed when the reptiles took advantage of the situation and found itself a meal, clamping its strong jaws around its foot. The 15-foot-long crocodile was then captured and cut open. Several parts of the boy's body were discovered from the reptile's insides and given to his family for a funeral. Number 2. Snapping turtle bites off human finger. The alligator snapping turtle is known to be the largest freshwater turtle in all of North America, with a large head and an extremely strong beak, with a bite that's powerful enough to split a broom handle in 2. So it's no surprise that snapping turtles have a reputation for their aggressive temper and the ability to bite human fingers off in a single go. So when a 15-year-old boy had gotten his hands on a snapping turtle, lifting the animal up from the water, the reptile had responded back by forcefully biting the boy's index finger, resulting to his entire digit being torn off his hand. As the frantic boy let go of the turtle to tend his wound, the reptile ran off with the finger, never to be found again. Number 1. Missing woman found inside snake. Python jaws are some of the most incredible organs in the world. Their mandibles are loosely connected at the back of the skull, making it possible for the reptiles to rotate them more than the average human and most other animals. So this is how snakes open their mouth wider than their own body, slowly taking their prey into their throats. That's exactly how pythons manage to swallow humans whole, putting them through a slow, painful death. Despite the fact that it's not easy to swallow human shoulders, this python swallowed an entire adult woman with no trouble. The woman was discovered when some Indonesian villagers came across the snake looking more swollen than ordinary. So they cut it up and retrieved the body of the woman completely intact, but of course, there was no way for her to be alive after all that. Alright, comment down below what you want to see next. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Wildly for more. See you in the next one.